A while back, one of our clients asked me an interesting question. Simon, can I really work remotely on an H1B visa from a different state? Honestly, it made me think back to my own experience. I used to work at Tesla, Aurora, and Neuro in California. Now, anytime I got a job offer in the East Coast, especially Boston, I would turn it down. Why? Because I already had a house here. The idea of working remotely on an H1B from another state, well, that sounded like a hassle. But then I recently met a friend who totally blew my mind. He's working for a California-based company while living in Pennsylvania, and naturally I had to ask, man, how did you make that happen? Well, here's what he told me. Moving to California wasn't an option for personal reasons of his, so he asked his employer if he could work remotely, and to his surprise, they said yes. Their HR team and immigration attorney worked together to update his H1B petition, and guess what? It turned out much more easier than he thought, as long as you follow the right steps and do things right. So what's that secret? I am not an immigration attorney. Everything I speak about and Smart Green Card program speaks about is for educational and informational purposes only. And in order to take the next steps that is right for you, I highly recommend you to consult an immigration attorney. This information is only for educational and informational purposes. So what's that secret though? It's all about the labor condition application, or the LCA. That is the document that tells the Department of Labor where you will be working, what your wages are, and make sure that they match it with the prevailing wage in that area. So if you are moving to a new metropolitan statistical area, which they usually call MSA, like from California to Washington, for example, then your employer needs to file an amended H1B application or an H1B petition with a new LCA, because now you are moving to a new MCA. But here's the good news though. You don't really need to wait for the approval of it. Once the amendment is filed, you can start working in the new location right away. So to answer that question, yes, you can work remotely on an H1B from a different state. Just follow the rules, keep your employer informed, and stay compliant. It's easier than you might think when you do it the right way. Now you might be wondering though, is there a limit on how many days I can work remotely from a different location within the same state? Or are there best practices to follow over there? Well, one of our VIP clients asked this recently, so let me clear that up as well. So if you are working remotely at a new location with the same metropolitan statistical area listed in your petition, you usually don't need a new LCA or amended H1B petition. Your employer only needs to ensure that the original LCA is posted at the new work location. And for short-term moves, well, you have got some flexibility there too. If you are temporarily working from another location, maybe up to like 30 days or even 60 days in some cases, it's perfectly fine as long as your primary work site doesn't really change. But here's the catch. With the Department of Labor regulations. Now, what about working remotely outside the US? Yes, that is also possible, but here are added complexity. For instance, if you work remotely outside the US for more than 60 days or beyond 50 miles from your designated work site, your employer will need to file a new LCA and amend your petition as well. And don't forget, to return to the US, your H1B stamp must remain valid, and your employer needs to provide proof of your ongoing employment, like your job description, salary, and all that. So there could also be additional tax implications both in the US and the country where you are working. You should be aware of that. Now, are you ready to get your US green card in just 1 year? Well, that sounds unbelievable to most people, and obviously it's not a possibility for a lot of people out there as well. But with the EB1A category, it is possible for a certain type of people who have been doing amazing work in their workplace, so that you can use all the amazing work experience that you have in order to evolve it to a profile that organically qualifies for the EB1A category. For Indians, the wait time is just about 2 years, and you can speed up things by reusing your old priority date towards the EB1 as well. If you are serious about evolving your professional profile to build a strong profile for the EB1A with the Smart Green Card program's VIP plan, all you have to do is fill out the VIP form. I have linked it in the description below, and once you meet those parameters, we can help you get started with the program. And it's that easy, no pressure, no hidden costs either. So do you have more questions about your EB1A green card journey? Just drop them in the comments below, and if you found the video helpful, Make sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on education, immigration, student life, and more.